Welcome back to the Diabetic Diet Show. Today I'm going to cook a lemon pesto spaghetti squash dinner. I have the oven preheating to 400 degrees. Need to cut up the squash, cut it in half, and put it out on the cookie sheet. Okay, now that I have these split apart, I need to separate out the seeds. So you go through with a spoon and you scoop out the seeds. The next step is to put parchment paper on the cookie sheet. I like to buy these that come in the box. It's a brand new box. The first sheet is a little difficult to get out. There we go. Let's keep that up there. Keep everything within reach. That would be my tip. And I like these because they fit right on the cookie sheet. Now, face down. Throw them in the oven. 25 minutes, 400. I have the squash in the oven, and I'm going to make an hors d'oeuvre for us. So what I'm making today is farm-rich breaded mushrooms. This has 0 sugar in it, so it's okay for diabetic. Putting it in the New Wave oven in the air fry basket. Fry them at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. Okay, in the event of time, I already did that. When they come out, this is what they look like. Now I need to make the dip that goes along with them. For the dip, I'm going to make a modified version of ranch. So the ranch is going to consist of mayonnaise, sour cream, a little bit of milk, and then for seasonings it's dill, parsley, chives, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, pepper, and then lemon juice. To make the ranch, I'm going to start out with the mayonnaise. Now I'm not making a lot because there's only 2 of us and we just need a little bit to be able to dip in. So I'm doing it more as a sample to show you how I made it. So I'm starting out with the mayonnaise. Then I'm going to go to the sour cream. Sour cream is new, needs to be stirred up just a little bit. Kind of separates sitting in the store. Equal amounts of sour cream to mayonnaise. Now a typical recipe for this ranch would call for milk. I'm just not going to do it, and it's going to make it a little thicker. For seasoning, we'll put that in after we put in a little bit of lemon juice. By the way, all these measurements are over at the website, which is jamestdds.blogspot.com. And while I'm thinking of it, click on the subscribe button and then hit the bell so that when I drop new videos, you'll see what I do. So, as far as lemon juice goes, it's pretty strong. You can use real lemons or lemon concentrate. So I just put in part of a cap. It's pretty strong stuff. Then dill. Dill is another one of those things that's real strong. So just do a pinch of it. You can always put more in if you want. I actually went to the factory where they make this in Naperville, Illinois. I did some work in that factory. This is the parsley, where they bag it. It comes in big, huge bags, probably 100-pound bags, And then they put it in the machines and then they bottle it like this. Dill Day was pretty tough when I was there. It's pretty strong. This is a fairly mild. Parsley is fairly mild. Chives are fairly mild and good. I'm just using the holes. I'm not using the big spot on there. Onion powder. If you ask me, onion powder and garlic powder, you can't put too much in. I love it. Here's the garlic powder. Pink Himalayan salt. This you have to be careful with. And then black pepper. Next time I put in too much black pepper. Parts, this stuff is hot. So, put in too much pepper. And then you just mix it up. You can use a whisk if you want a whisk. I have the spoon dirty already. I'll use the spoon. Smells good. Smells like ranch salad dressing. Mm-hmm. That is really good. This meal, besides the pesto, is going to have the spinach in it. Rather than using the leaves and boiling them down, I grabbed frozen spinach, and you throw this in the microwave. I have a 700 power microwave, so I put it in for 8 minutes. So the spinach is going to go with the pesto. So what I need to do now is I need to make my pesto, which is basically going to consist of my my basil, oregano with some olive oil, and then the spinach. To make the pesto, I have my food processor cup here, and my food processor is right here. Bring it out here where you can see it. Put this little bowl in here, it locks in place. And then the cutter blades go in. Now, I need to put oil in first. So olive oil goes on the bottom. One turn. Then I'm going to put in my spinach. I like spinach, me and Popeye. And I like using frozen spinach. Sometimes I get the cans. You can get the cans from the dollar store. In case you don't know, the difference between frozen and canned, other than the fact that the frozen is going to taste better, that are canned, they have a lot of salt in them. Green Giant Simply Steam spinach. That's in there. Now, parsley. This is a palmful, this is a lot. Oregano. It's my favorite because you put it on pizzas and things. Lemon juice. This is one of those things where you could put in a little bit of lemon juice. A little bit more than you would normally put in other things. That was about a quarter of a shot glass. Then you have to put oil on top of everything. One turn. Now, lots of times when I do this, I use pine nuts. Today, I'm just going to use regular peanuts. I already have the oregano in there to compensate for the pine nuts. So that's about a palm's worth. Peanuts. Cashews are good. Walnuts are good. And then you just need to run this. Something like a pan to work with and a clear plastic container. Got my blade. Here's my pesto sauce and spinach. That's going to be for the squash. The oven is beeped and our squash is cooked. These are going to be hot, so you have to handle these with kit gloves. I have a real large fork, typically used for steak as opposed to an everyday fork. Pull off the parchment paper. I have these silicone gloves, which should be a little better for handling things. Probably less slippy. What you want to do is to grab onto the end of this. You want to stand it up and then scoop it out. I'll move some things around here. I'm pushing down to make a flat spot on the bottom of the squash. Kind of makes it stay there. And you just scrape it out with a fork. This is really, really easy to do. This is one of the easiest recipes to make. And it's real good for you too. Squash is really, really, really good for you. Okay, there you go. One down. Next one, put my thumb right on the top, squeeze it, push down, make a flat spot. So back to my tuna fish can. You have to go through it and separate out your seeds. And you go ahead and you parch these seeds off to the side so you can scoop them up. If there's anything that's a little tough in this, it's to separate out the seeds. You will be amazed at how many seeds are in a squash. I do believe I have this de-seeded. Now I have my plates. With one to show you. This is how much I took out in seeds, this whole tuna fish can, which is heaping full of seeds. So I just grab the spatula, put some in the dish, stir up the pesto, At least there's no seeds in the pesto. Put the pesto on the top so it looks nice and pretty. You can put it on the top, you can mix it, whatever you want to do with your meal. I just put it on the top like that. And then some people put cheese on this. So that's an option as well. Pecca Romano would be really good. Shred it, put it on there, Parmesan. So that's the meal. Thanks for watching. That's our show for today. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button and click the bell so when we drop a new video, you'll get notified. Goodbye for now.